Hi guys, Louie here, and some of you have asked for a quick primer for selling on eBay. And before you say, hey, the fees are too high, it's not worth it, it's too much of a hassle, well, let's just go through this really quickly and I'll show you how to get started selling on eBay. If you have, some coins you want to sell, some bullion you want to sell, some gold you want to sell, etc. So let's go through it really quickly. I've been selling on eBay for 10, 15 years. And I'm happy that I have, although the fees are high and you can't sell everything, but you certainly can do it. And if you have some items that have rapidly appreciated, like maybe some collector coins or maybe just some gold that, your LCS has not given you a good price on, or anything really around the house. Here's how you do it. Here is the basic primer. Okay, here is a schedule. Here is a website that says make money selling on eBay. List your item, get seller protection, choose when you get paid. Okay, this is all just very generic standout title, high quality photos. All right, you know all of that. Let's get on to the specifics of what you can expect and what you need in terms of equipment and other elements that will make you a successful seller on eBay if you're going to do it more than just a little bit. Anybody can throw a listing up on eBay every once in a while, pay the higher fees, and roll the dice on. But let's get a little more specific on what I would do if I was going to start selling at least a moderate amount of silver, gold, platinum, etc. on eBay, or even high value dollar items like handbags or other things around the house, electronics, iPhones, whatever you have that's worth money. And I've sold it all. Okay, here we go. Let's start. First thing you're going to need is you are going to need a printer. All right, you don't want to be going back and forth to the post office. If you're going to sell on eBay, make it easy. That is the only way that I'm able to do it, is to have the equipment that I need. And you can get printers for $100, but you're going to want to be able to print your shipping labels at home, buy your postage from eBay. You don't need an account with the USPS or FedEx or anybody. You can buy it directly from eBay at a discount. You'll need a printer. Okay, good. Second thing you'll need will be boxes. All right, you'll need to ship your item. Now you can use the flimsy poly mailer bags, but with coins or things of weight, for things that need to be protected, like collector coins, maybe they're in a display box or something, you'll want a little box. This is the one I use. The reason I use these literature boxes, which are quite cheap, you can pick those up on eBay as well. That's where I buy them when I get a good a good discount code to pick up supplies. Or a coupon. eBay sends me coupons as well. But this is what I use, and the reason I do is these are only 2 inches deep, and they fit in the mailbox. Okay, many mailboxes have an opening that will accommodate this depth of box. It'll fit almost any collector coin you want to put in it. And if you're shipping 16 ounces or less, including the weight of the box, then you're going to pay very, very low fees for shipping. So you don't want to blow all your money on priority mail boxes, etc. This is the box I would recommend, again, because I don't want to be needing to go into a post office. I want to be able to drop this on the way to work. These little boxes will slip into the slots in many USPS mailboxes. I only ship USPS. Keep it simple, stupid. I have hardly ever had the USPS lose anything, but I'm very, very careful about checking shipping addresses, that the label has printed properly, that I've got a United States address, not some weird, Romanian drop box. Okay, but those are the boxes I recommend. You'll also need a little scale. Now, you probably already have one that weighs your coins in grams, but you'll need a little scale to accurately determine the weight. And you want your items that you're selling to be 16 ounces or less. Otherwise, you're going to pay an upscale charge on shipping. Shipping for a 10-ounce collector coin in a box like this is probably $5 in the United States. Okay, you're going to need a bank, right? And you probably already have one, but for eBay, you will have to link your bank details. And you can use your personal account for this. You don't have to have a business account, but you link your bank details, your routing number, your bank account, etc. If you don't want to do that for whatever reason, then you won't be selling on eBay. So they'll need your banking information to get you paid. When you get paid, you will get paid net of fees, etc., right into your bank account very quickly. Again, unless you're involved in some kind of really weird transaction, but I won't go into that at this point. Okay, you can ship from your home, all right, if you want to. However, if you ship from your home, your return address will be on that mailer, and because you need to be able to accept a return, yeah, that happens. And so people out there in the world will know where you live, and they'll generally know that you have precious metals. You can decide if that risk is too much for you. If you're only selling a moderate amount of metals, there is probably not a huge risk. But if you're going to sell, 10,000, 50,000. All right, sorry I got interrupted there. But back to P.O. boxes. Now, depending on where you live, a big city, like San Francisco or somewhere, they're going to rip you off for a P.O. box. A smaller city, it's going to be much more affordable. I use the UPS store, and it's pretty expensive where I live. It's over $300 a year. But you may not need that if you're not going to be a big seller. If you're going to be a big seller, you're going to want a P.O. box to protect your anonymity. Okay? All right, you're of course going to want to sell high quality items. One trick about eBay is anything you sell, the buyers will be so critical of anything that you sell them that you really have to make it, match, the description. So if you're selling coins of any kind, bullion of any kind, if it's perfect, and I mean perfect, I don't mean perfect with a scratched capsule or kind of perfect or perfect with a milk spot forming, you're going to have to note that it is impaired in some way. I recommend you only sell the highest quality stuff you have that has appreciated, obviously, so you can ring the cash register and make some money. So high quality items only, unless you indicate that it's crap, basically, because people will be very critical. If it's not really nice, I recommend you not sell it. And if you can't get the price you want, then don't sell it either. But some things can be sold easily. Other things are harder to sell. But my only point here is you want a reputation for being a high quality seller, especially when you start off. You want feedback that says something like, beautiful coin, great seller, hopefully a great price, because people will leave you feedback, okay? And you can't really leave them feedback. The days of sellers outing bad buyers is gone. So you need good feedback, good comments. You'll want to ask for feedback, especially when you're brand new, because before we get into prices, I know you want to know how much it costs. The better your reputation over time, the higher quality your standards, the quicker you ship, the lower your return rates, your fees are going to drop. That's why, you can't understand why some people sell. Well, they've been selling for a long time. They've got a high quality rating like I do in my store, and they get a discount on the fees. Okay, so ask for feedback. Make sure it's good feedback. If it's not, you want to try to get it eliminated. That's a whole nother video. But feedback is really important. So your first few items, make them killer items. Throw something free in the box, a wheat back penny, just a little trinket of some kind. Buyers love that because nobody does it. Okay, and you want to dispel the myth that eBay sellers are crooks. It's a fair transaction. There's a seller, there's a buyer. People often pay more for coins on eBay than they do from the bullion retailers that I do on my website, bestsilvergolddeals.com. It's just, I don't know why that is. Some people just like eBay better, and they actually pay more for something they could get for less because they don't shop as rigorously as you and I typically do. So feedback's important. Let's get on to price. Okay, now this is the thing that most people don't know when they talk about eBay fees, and probably my biggest tip here, which will only be useful to you if you are going to sell a little bit of silver and gold. Okay, sell any gold at all and you'll want to do this, but silver, if you're only selling 5 silver eagles a month, then this probably wouldn't make sense. But there are starter stores, which I think are almost nothing, and then there is the basic store. Okay, your fees will drop dramatically when you pick up the basic store. You can have a basic store subscription for $21.95 a month. I miss the days when it was $15. You'll get free fixed price listings, and up to 1,000. You'll never use them all, and free auction listings up to 250. So the best part about this is it will drop your final value fees. Okay, so you can go cheap for $4.95 a month, and you can cancel in 1 month if you want, or you can pay up the $21.95, and here is the difference. Okay, all right, final value fees. All right, we are in the starter store subscription, the $5 a month starter store. Now, if we go to the coins and paper money category, coins, paper money, and bullion, you're going to pay 13.25% unless you're selling a wildly expensive item. 13.25. Now, we're going to go on to the basic store, which is that $21.95 subscription, and go to coins and paper money. Scroll down a little bit. Now, first, there will be 2 different categories. The bullion category, you're going to pay 7.35%. The coin category, and that is, anything other than pure bullion. And people do play games with the listing items in both categories. And it used to be an issue or relevant when eBay bucks were being offered, not so much anymore. It can affect the sales tax rules as well. So 9% on coins and paper money, all right? In the bullion category, 7.35%. So you have dropped your fees. I'm assuming you'll list in bullion. That's where I put most of my things. 7.35% if it's $1,500 or less. 5% of the amount over $1,500, and 4.5. All right, so if you're selling a gold eagle at $2,500, well, you'll pay $70. I'm sorry, I won't do the math in my head, but you'll pay 7% on the first $1,500 and then about 4 to 5% on the next $1,500. Very significant here. So dropping your fees from 13% to 7% will save you 13 to 7 is 6% on your final value fees. It is the final value fees that are definitely the killer on eBay. And you can see when people talk about high fees on eBay, they have not considered plunking down the $21 to drop their final value fees down to 7% or maybe 9% if you're selling graded Morgans or something like that. This is the thing that people don't bother to check out. Okay, so now you know what it's going to cost, what you need, you know what it's going to cost, how to do it basically. I didn't do much on shipping, but eBay has a shipping calculator, which is really easy to use. You just plunk in the parameters. I won't go into that right now. And you print the label. You get some of the masking tape, the clear plastic tape. You get the box I recommend. Newspaper is fine for packaging. You don't even have to buy bubble wrap. And you'll be on the road to dropping that puppy off. You get your money in a day or two, and then hopefully you get good feedback. So the shipping is part of this as well. But by spending that $21, you're going to get yourself these much lower final value fees, and then you'll have to determine whether it's worth selling or not. Okay? Now, the next part is for those of you that are really, really serious and are going to do this as a business, and that's probably not very many. And if you're going to sell a lot of coins, you're going to sell $5,000, $10,000, you'll need to consider the tax ramifications of that on your income tax return as, basically a sole proprietor business, right? But PayPal and eBay, etc., and I think you'll need a PayPal account as well, are very, very lax when it comes to sending out 1099s, and you pretty much have to sell a boatload of metals to even get a 1099. Okay, now I report my taxes every year, whether I get a 1099 or not, and the way I do that is on the Schedule C. Now, as I said, if you're just going to dabble in this, I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about getting the 1099. But if you're going to do $50,000 to $100,000 of sales on eBay, which I have done several years, not this year, that's for sure. eBay's kind of dead right now. But if you're a flipper, you're buying stuff that you're going to sell for a profit, you like some of the Stack Elector coins, and you're going to move those around, and you're going to be doing tens and tens of thousands of dollars, you technically are going to need to file a Schedule C. And you may also need a business license, which is really cheap, and a reseller license to appropriately report sales taxes collected. However, eBay collects sales taxes for you, and it's not even a thing anymore. So the main thing is your taxes. Now, if you go this way, like I do, because I want to be legit in every way. The people that are not legit are the ones that are, trading their metals, in a back alley somewhere because whatever, they got ex-wife problems, they've got banking problems, they got credit problems, they can't have a store, there's an IRS audit in their past. But for you guys that want to be totally legit and have a significant second source of income through flipping, and it ain't easy, okay? I'll tell you that right now, it ain't easy. Then plan on filing a Schedule C. Now, Schedule C is an absolute tumor in your brain to complete because you need to know what you bought the coin for, what you sold the coin for, you need documentation, you need to know what supplies, you need to know what part of your house you used, whether you traveled in your car. But the write-offs, okay, can be substantial. For example, when I buy a new Macintosh, I love my Mac, you buy a new iPhone, you buy whatever you need, that printer, you buy boxes, that's part of your supply cost, and you can write that stuff off. Now, you probably should have some income in your small business before you start writing a whole bunch of stuff off, but there are years when the write-offs that I've illustrated in my Schedule C have exceeded my profit, and I pay no tax. Okay, so that's worth considering. Again, if you're a heavy hitter, and there are probably other videos you'll watch rather than this one. I'm trying to hit really the novice eBay seller. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Just a quick recap. You sign up for eBay, you link in your banking information, etc. You have the equipment you need, you have the boxes you need, okay? You have a bank account you're willing to tell them the number on because you'll need them to pay you. If you need a UPS, a post office box, go get one. Get a cheap one, right? You can get the smallest box And if you get a return, you'll probably never get a return. But if you do, they'll throw it in the back and put a card in your box. Do not tell them you're a business. You are an individual for this purposes. You'll pay less and get the smallest possible box. You want to be a good seller, build your feedback. And like me, when you get to the highest quality feedback that you can achieve from acting well and being a good seller and shipping quickly, selling good stuff, answering questions, giving feedback to buyers, your feedback will rise and you'll get, like, I think it's 1% off your final value fees. I think I may be paying 6% these days for my final value fees, which matters a lot. Okay, that was the review part of this. You want the basic store, not the starter store. Do it for 1 month. If you want to get a basic store for 1 month and dump $10,000 worth of silver, collector silver, for example, that's selling for higher prices, much higher prices, get the store subscription for a month. Do that, and then reap the rewards, and then cancel it. Okay, and the general rule that I use is, if I can't turn a 30% gross profit on my product, right? So if I sell it for 30% more than I bought it for, the first 10% goes to eBay fees and shipping costs and supplies. The next 20% is my profit. That's my bottom line, and that's why I rotate the stuff in my store, because I'm not looking to get rich and hold something forever. There's such a thing as your money working for you, and rotating the what's it called? The velocity of your money is really important if you're going to do this. And if you have a loser, if you've bought something you think would go up and something changes and it goes down, don't keep it. Sell it. Take your loss. That'll offset gains in the other part of your business. Take your losses. Don't stack losing coins because you made a mistake and you think you'll be right someday. That's my philosophy. If you've lost a lot of money on it, well, you may just want to throw it in the melt pile and look at it in 5 years. Sometimes you break even on that stuff when spot price increases. I mean, for a lot of the point of time I was on eBay, silver was $15, and now that silver is nearly $30. Well, there's a lot of coins I sold, some at a loss that would have easily broken even or made money by now. But I don't recommend you keep failed flips. Okay, so the store subscription to buy, and what they charge. Okay, be careful what category you post it in. Is it a coin? Okay, or paper money, or is it bullion? You can play with that a little bit, but you'll pay less if you put it in the bullion category. And again, I think the sales tax rules differ between the two, so check into that before you do that. And then remember, Uncle Sam is always out there waiting for you and looking at you. I don't know where all those new IRS agents are, but I don't even want to say it. I have never had an audit on this business. But you want to keep your records, okay? Keep your paper records. Every time you buy anything, you want your receipts, because someday you may sell it, and you never know. You may have to pay a capital gain on it, or you may not. But know what you bought it for, and know why you're selling it, and what profit you expect. Look for a 30% gross profit margin if you're going to do this at all, or don't bother. And you can also walk into your LCS and say, I'm going to sell you this first year Germania Mint BU silver round. Right? And they're going to offer you $31 for it. And then you're going to go over to eBay. Let's do that real quick. You're going to go over to eBay to see what your item is worth. But, let's do this. Germania Mint BU silver Germania first year. Okay. Oh, not that. We want the real deal here. What year was it? 2020? No, not that one. This one here. No. First year. Here it is. Okay. Someone posted recently how they made a bunch of money on these, and I bought a bunch of these as well, and I probably sold them at $50 because I don't tend to stack collector coins for the long run, although I have. This would have been worth holding on to, but it really is the exception. So this is selling for 125 bucks, right? Let me get the garbage out of the way. But let me show you what to do before you list something. And it's actually not a coin. It's a round. Copy. Okay, let's search for anything. Paste. And you should know how to do this. Okay, here they are, and selling for 125, only one of them. But you want to go down here to the left-hand side and click Sold. Now, what did they sell it for? Something less than 120. Let's find another one. What did they sell it for? 99. Okay, that was July 2nd. So somewhere between $100 and $120 is the value of that coin. Now, if you have those, you should absolutely get on eBay and sell those, right? Don't keep those forever. Don't keep any collector coin forever unless it's really for your kids or your grandkids or some other legacy that you're trying to provide. You want to flip that money back into Silver Eagles or Constitutional or something. That's how you accelerate the velocity of your money and your stack. But do look at sold listings to find out what it's really worth. And if they've only sold 2 in the last 6 months, it's going to be a hard sell, and you might need to price it at $90. But still, you paid $30 for it or $25, and you're selling it for $90. That money will go into your bank account net of fees. You pay the $5 for shipping, and you are out and you are in the money, and go get yourself a steak dinner. Okay, that's the power of eBay. I hope this was helpful to you guys. Let me know your comments. And for you guys who've been doing this a long time, any tips and tricks that you have to the audience, or if you just want to tell people don't do it. The market is dead right now, but starting to come back to life a little bit. And when silver pops over 30 again, God forbid it get to 35, the rivets are going to be popping over on eBay, and you want to have stuff to sell. And your LCS may be paying more as well. But, that 30 bucks you'd get from the LCS could easily be 90 bucks on eBay. Convert that money, convert that coin into cash, and use that cash to expand your stack. I would love to hear your comments, and I hope you guys appreciated this video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget the website, bestsilvergolddeals.com. I am always there and giving you guys tips like this. Okay, see you later.